I'm Dominic Burnham.
Richard Ogden.
Jonathan Darbourne, and we're of the Oxford Clerks.
It says on your website that you are a close harmony group, but tell us a little bit about the blend of voices that you've got. What's the range of voices you have within the group?
It's very much like the King's Singers, I suppose, in its sort of in its form. I suppose that the biggest difference is the fact that we have, rather than having two basses, we have only one bass and a baritone and two tenors. And there's obviously six of us. And
as well as this range of voices, of course, you have a great range of material as well. You have all of you, I think, I'm right in saying, have a classical music background, but that's by no means all you do. And of course, this is the Jazz Festival, so I take it you're doing jazz this afternoon. So do you want to explain a little bit about how your repertoire works?
Yeah, sure. All of us are essentially trained in what you call the English choral tradition. So we were trebles at New College, Westminster Abbey, Southwark Cathedral, St Paul's Cathedral, and then we subsequently went on to be choral scholars at colleges in Oxford. So our bread and butter, if you like, is sacred music on a daily basis, getting music in front of us, sight reading it quickly. So this was all conducive to getting together, looking over quite tricky music and basically bringing us out of the serious sacred zone into more light-hearted entertainment. And Oxford's obviously perfect for this, with balls and parties galore, dinners. So that's also our bread and butter.
And obviously Oxford was what brought you together, but how did the group actually form in the first place?
Well, we got together, we all knew each other, obviously, just from being around, we were all good friends. And we got together to do a wedding, which was based on a Cole Porter theme. And that was our first gig, and it went really well, and we really enjoyed it. So we just kind of carried on going, and we then came up with a name, and then we came up with kind of more things, and just carried on. It's all kind of snowballed from then.
What can everybody expect this afternoon from your set?
We're going to take the audience on a bit of a history tour of a cappella jazz singing, I guess you could call it. So we're going to start with some Glee repertoire from the East Coast of America, the Yale Songbook. Then we're going to move on to spirituals, perfect sort of protagonist music of the seventh chord and really that jazzy harmonic style. And then from there, early 20th century foundation, I guess you'd call it, we're going to move on to the Cole Porter, Irving Berlin, Gershwin sort of era, 1930s, 1940s. And show how a cappella singing is a form of jazz in its own right, and we're not just going to arrange things that were originally for big bands. We're going to really show you repertoire that is for voices only.
Nothing could be finer than to be in Carolina in the morning. No one could be sweeter than my sweetie when I meet her in the morning. Where the morning glory is wide around the door, whispering pretty stories I long to hear once more. Straying with my girlie where the dew is early in the morning. Butterflies will flutter up and kiss each little buttercup at dawn. If I had a Darbourne's time, I'd make a wish, and here's what I say: nothing could be finer than to be in Carolina in the morning.
That's the Oxford Clerks in the slightly unusual acoustic of the Jam Factory.